Yo, what's good, nation? Not our trenches. The Las Vegas Raiders and Pete Carroll, Geno Smith went back to Seattle for a homecoming. Well, it wasn't so homecoming. It may cost Geno Smith and Maxx Crosby a little bit of cheese. Our trenches were not very good. The team struggled in the first half. We'll break it all down, all that and more. Man, let's get unleashed.
The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash, with a silver hat about his head, and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold. And the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
You know what I like to do? Just follow me on this.
Hey, that fire still burns bright here in Las Vegas.
And one future.
Boys,
Talk about commitment to excellence. Just win, baby. Once a Raider, always a Raider. You walk in this building, you can feel it.
It starts with our DNA, ill intent, physicality.
7 memorable decades, 30 Pro Football Hall of Famers, 25 postseason victories, 5 AFL and AFC championships, and 3 Super Bowl titles. Though names, faces, and locations have changed, one constant remains: the unyielding will to win.
Maybe the last time for this.
O'Connell under center. Gets the snap. 7-step drop. Eyes. Takes the shot. Deep down the field. He's got a man open. It's Tucker in stride at the 20. 11 seconds to go. Shotgun to O'Connell. Backpedaling. Lobbing to the end zone. Trying to get Adams. Makes the grab. Touchdown Raiders. O'Connell looking to throw on 2nd and long. Pressure up the middle. He's backpedaling. He finds Hooper at the 50. Cuts to the middle. 45-40. Hooper running with Surtain. And he's spun down at the 31. 1st and 10 on the 33. Pump fakes to the left. Takes the shot. Deep down the left sideline. Open man at the 5 is Myers. Catches. Walks in. Touchdown Raiders. And the final play of the 2020.
Yo, what's good? What's good? Man, shout out to the Seattle fan, Grim, first one in the building. Appreciate you being the first one of the Green Tree Gang in the building. Wait, are you a member? I don't know. Shout out to Candy Angel. What's good? What's good? Man, let's just get into it. My internet was jacked during the game on Thursday. It is not much better. So if this doesn't go very good, we'll just have to end it and delete it like we did the live stream. If you missed the live stream, I was not very happy in the beginning. I'm still not very happy. A lot of us aren't. But, it's preseason, man. Pump the brakes. We're all good. Can you hear me? Is anybody still in here? I'm trying to watch the game on one phone, a fight on another, and my internet's not so good. So, we'll see how that works. But, yeah. The Raiders going to Seattle. The starters, not all of them, some of them played a couple snaps, right? First drive out. There's a lot of talk about Ashton Jeanty already being a bust. The man had 3 carries. Stop the caps, bro. What is wrong with the nation and the NFL in general? I know, Travion Henderson, first time he ever touched the ball in the NFL, 100-yard touchdown. I said all along, the best all-around back in the draft last year was Travion Henderson. It's not even close. Ashton Jeanty, still worth the 6th pick, I believe, in my opinion. We'll see. We'll find out. But nobody's talking about the fact that on the handoff, as soon as Ashton Genty touched the ball, he had to spin. Where's the offensive line at? Your running back on his first ever carry in the NFL or second ever carry in the NFL should not have to spin as soon as he touches the ball. So, damn good awareness, great athleticism, great agility. But then he spins out of it and he gets tackled by not one, not two, but 4 or 5 different Seattle defensive players. So our whole offensive line just gave up on that series as soon as the first player got through. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that no more. It is absolutely ridiculous. It pissed me off. And it continued to happen. It continued to happen. There was play after play until the second half. Really, the offensive line never settled down. Shout out to the guys that played in the second half, like Jared Hufford, Dalton Wagner. Some of these guys, I don't know why they're not getting looks, but the way they played in the game, they might want to give them some other looks, right? Because the offensive line did not look great. Shout out to everybody in the building. It did not look great. The defensive line, if you was watching me at the live at the beginning before my internet was rudely interrupted, I had to delete the video because it just kept spinning. I just kept taking my glasses off over and over again. So I don't know what's up with that, but I wasn't impressed. I wasn't impressed the first drive. Now I'm really not impressed, right? That was one of the first games of the preseason. Now that I've watched more teams, a lot more games, I feel a lot worse. I'm not going to lie. I feel a lot worse. But I'm not panicking like some people. I'm not on the ledge, right? I'm not walking the plank. Some of those people need to be kicked off the ledge. I'm just saying, it's preseason, man. It's one game. You're not going to show everything you have on the first game with no starters. I thought some of Chip Kelly's play calling, like a lot of people said, was a little bland, vanilla, if you want to use that term. I don't know why. But to me, it just didn't seem right. It didn't seem like there was much to it, right? It wasn't quick, no hurry. The offensive line looked out of sync. Some of the receivers and the quarterbacks looked out of sync. Running backs really couldn't get going for a little while till they mixed up the offensive line. So are there issues? Of course. There should be issues with every team. But as I watch these other teams, I see a lot of them look to be ahead of the Raiders. I'm not going to lie. And say what you want about that. I don't know why it's not showing the whole thing. The 12-5. Yeah, it is what it is. This team still has a chance to be really, really good. There's still a month left. But can you learn to tackle? Can you gel as an offensive unit in a month? Yes, right? It's just fundamentals. It's not like these guys don't know how to tackle. It's not like they forgot how to tackle. They've been tackling their whole life. I've questioned before, right? I said, why aren't these guys out there, hitting like some of the other teams were? It looked like some of the other practices that I watched for other teams, might been a little bit more aggressive. These guys have been doing nothing but, tackling bags or tackling bags with somebody holding bags or tackling each other holding bags. So no live action, no pads, and it showed, right? It definitely showed. There's some rustiness. Not some rustiness. There was a lot of rustiness. I thought the defensive line didn't get hardly any pressure until the second half. Shout out to guys like Trevin May, right, getting in there. Shout out to Tonka Hemingway making some, plays, getting in the backfield. So there's positive, right? There's positive takeaways. We didn't lose. I mean, you can go that route. Let me get into this chat because chat lives matter. Brandon Foster. Oh, someone coming for the one spot. Who's one spot? Jason Ruiz, what's good? Appreciate you, my guy. Geomex in the building as always. Brandon Foster with the Raider Nation. I'm driving home, but I'll be able to chat in 30 minutes. Sweet. Our O-line stinks. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing with the O-line, man. We'll get into that. We got a lot to talk about. Rebel, y'all got lucky. Come on, shit. Um, but let's address the elephant in the room first. Maxx Crosby, bro. Maxx Crosby came out with the big FU, Geno Smith. Um, if y'all haven't seen it, absolutely hilarious. Let me see what I have pulled up on my. I don't have nothing pulled up. What the fudge? All right, well, um, some bitch. I thought I had shit pulled up. Get to this real quick. So yeah, our coach a little upset. Our players a little upset. If you haven't seen the sign or what the sign read, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Was it bullshit? Was it not? Um, that's funny as hell. All right, where is it bookmarked at? Hold on, give me a shot. Here we go. Here we go. I got it. Now I just gotta get it to you. All right, shout out to the 8 people in the building. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all pulling up. How did y'all feel about the game? Leave your comments. I heard somebody say the offensive line is bad. We'll get to that. What did y'all think overall? What did you think overall? What do we need? What do we need to do? Who do we need to go get? Come on, man. These lives are for y'all. So they go better if I get participation. Because I got to know how y'all feel before I start talking my shit. But let's look at this right here. Oh, what the fuck? Not Mark Davis's house. Whoa. Y'all don't want to see that or where it's at. Son of a biscuit. So yeah. I thought I trimmed this. Damn it. Shout out to the nation for posting this. Look at our coach with the hops, right? My man got the hops. Coach Pete Carroll jumping up. Jumping up. An inch or two off the grass, trying to steal a sign from the fan. And if you don't know what the sign said, it said, the biggest bust, Russell Wilson or Geno Smith. I mean, not Russell Wilson, Jamarcus Russell. I mean, you could throw Russell Wilson. No, I'm just kidding. He won a Super Bowl. Jamarcus Russell for the Raiders or Geno Smith, the biggest bust. Now, this fan is a Seattle fan that's had that seat on lock for a long, long time. The players know him. The coaches know him. Everybody in Seattle knows who the man is. He taunts a lot of people. And a lot of people, think it's bullshit. I think it's funny that grown men would let it get to him. But Geno Smith and Maxx Crosby, sources say, could be facing fines for flipping off fans on the way out. Not a good look, man. Not a good look. Just more drama. So yeah, I got my 5 notes and takeaways, or not just 5 because there's a lot, man. More time for the offensive line to gel together. And you can't do that when you're putting JPJ from right guard with the 1s to right guard with the 2s. When you're moving Jordan Meredith from left guard to right guard to center. There's not a lot of time left in this offseason to get it together, right? Next week we go against the 49ers, a team that was in the Super Bowl 2 years ago. A team that had a really, really rough stretch last year because of injuries, kind of like the Las Vegas Raiders. I mean, they had way better coaching, better management. That's obvious. Better drafting. So, practice. Then we get the preseason game to see where we stand. Are we going to see a little bit more of Geno? Do we see a little bit more of the 1s? Or, my main question of the day. Now, Wednesday night, Tuesday night, one of those nights, I said, if Aiden O'Connell did not come out and play lights out, it could be bad for AOC, right? The cerebral assassin was not so cerebral, and he wasn't assassinating shit. He did have a damn good game. I mean, not damn good, but he had a decent game, right? For the time he played, he had 204 yards. He was 18 for 30, I think, off the top of my head. You know, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Not a great game. But 200 yards, 30 attempts, I mean, it's not bad. You can't throw those interceptions. But my question is, why is Chip Kelly or whoever's calling the plays, why are you having Aiden trying to throw the ball to a Dante Thornton Jr., who he has not thrown the ball to at all from what I've seen? Now, I could be wrong, but from what I've seen in camp, I haven't seen any highlights of Aiden O'Connell throwing the ball with the ones, right? So he hasn't been throwing to Jacoby Myers. He hasn't been throwing to Trey Tucker. He hasn't been throwing to Dante Thornton. If you don't give these guys reps, how are they supposed to know the timing? Now, the throw was horrible. There's no doubt about it. It was short. Again, that could do with speed, right? That could do with a lot of things. They could do with the fact that he just didn't step into it and didn't have shit. But we've seen Aiden O'Connell throw a deep ball, right? It's not like he doesn't have the arm. But 2 interceptions, when you have a guy like Cam Miller behind you that fits the mold, you know, a lot more, right? For a Chip Kelly system, a guy that can roll out of the pocket, throw on the run. Because when you have a quarterback that's not standing inside the pocket and he's throwing, damn, somebody just got hurt for Kansas City. Hold on. 26. I don't know who 26 is for Kansas City, but he's getting carted off. Hope everything is good. Get well soon. Chief or no chief, you know. But, however, Ray Love, what's good? You know, when you come in and we hear all the hype, right? It's all over, bro. It's so damn funny. It's almost ridiculous for the people that are already saying, you know, Cam Miller, number 2, trade Aiden O'Connell. And I get it. If he doesn't fit the system, he's got to go, right? If he doesn't gel with the system. But you at least has to give him time with the 1s and the 2s, right? Cam Miller, when he came in and played with the 2s and 3s, or 3s and 4s, however you want to look at it. Mainly 3s and 4s, right? Guys that are at the bottom of the depth chart. Cedric Jackson, Bo Jackson's great nephew, right? He's throwing to those guys. But guess what? He's been throwing to those guys in camp, all camp long, all off season. The same guys over and over again. And he said it himself. When I get to know my receivers, when I get to warm up, when I get time with these guys, when I feel comfortable with the offensive line, it's the same offensive line he's been running with in camp. You put Aiden in with the offensive line he hasn't been running with, throwing to receivers he hasn't been throwing with. And I'm not making excuses. Not at all, whatsoever. But I'm saying, if you're planning on trading them, like I seen some reports before I came on here saying, you know, Aiden O'Connell could be on the trading block. They could be highlighting Aiden O'Connell next week, you know, give him a lot of reps. And hope he shines to, you know, maybe be some trade bait. But if you're going to do that, this is my point. Put him with the team he's been practicing the most, right? Whether it's the 1s, whether it's the 2s. I didn't see Jack Besh out there too much. Somebody he's, you know, been a big target for him. I seen him out there throwing, like I said, to Dante Thornton Jr. So, as a quarterback, you got to be able to throw the ball to anybody, right? It doesn't matter. As long as you got time, you're protected. But we seen the offensive line absolutely struggle the whole first half. Not with just him, with Geno in there. The first run play with Ashton Genty, right? It's a team sport. And if everybody's not on the same page, you're going to look bad. So, again, 2 interceptions, uncalled for. I think back-to-back, right? Back-to-back outings. Absolutely horrible. But if you're going to trade the man, at least, you know, set him up to shine for a minute, right? Put him in there with the best offensive line you got or the group he's been working with. Because as far as I know, As far as I know, and I've reported this over and over and over again from the people that I know that's there, birdies in my ear, all the shit I follow, all the people I talk to, that JPJ has been mainly running with the twos. Now you put Aiden O'Connell with the twos. Yes, JPJ was out there with the second team, but he was playing guard. He's been Aiden O'Connell's center, right? So to me, I think that makes a little bit of a difference. But if Aiden O'Connell's on the chopping block, what do y'all think you could give for him right now? I mean, why would you trade a guy that for what, a 6th round, 7th round? I mean, just don't make no sense to me. But it is what it is. You're the starter. 3 picks in 1 quarter. Who threw 3 picks in 1 quarter? There's only 2 thrown all game, I do believe. Aren't you traveling the next few days? Yes. I will be leaving first thing in the morning, headed to Vegas for a day, then head into Lake Havasu for a couple days. I know you was on your seat, Rebel. You was nervous. I wasn't nervous. It's preseason. I don't ever get nervous. I get mad. I get frustrated when you know how good this team can be, and then you see them, play like that. Or you see, coaches make decisions that you might question being a football fan, right? Touchdown again. What? The Cardinals looking good. They ain't playing. I question some of the moves. I question the move from JPJ to Meredith, the time they did it. What's it going to do to JPJ, right? Is it going to, hurt him? But he has some damn good plays. He did have some good blocks. But it's just, you don't have time to gel, right? You don't have time to gel at that offensive line. He's not used to playing next to DJ Glaze, who I thought didn't have the greatest outing. I thought Thayer Munford needs to go. If anybody needs to be trade bait, I'm sorry. It's Thayer Munford, man. The guy looks slow. He was getting cooked every single play over and over again. The rookie Charles Grant looked better than him, in my opinion, and he didn't look great at all either. Like, he had a couple plays where he was, had his pad level right. He was standing people up. But the whole offensive line, man, the offensive line struggled, and we have to find chemistry on this offensive line, and we have to find chemistry really, really fast. Because if that's our run game, the best run game we had was with Collier and Dylan Labe. Dylan Labe, that's right. My guy, Dylan Labe, that everybody said he's never going to make this roster. Wasn't going to make the roster last year, right? Should have been cut after the fumble. One of our lone scores at the beginning of the game, a pass to Dylan Labe, 6-yard pass after a nice 24-yard run. Ran it up one side, cut back to the other. I think I got it on here. I'll show it here in a bit. But yeah, man, so there were some upsides, right? There were some upsides. Zamir White, who I posted before the game on X, the return of Zeus. No return of Zeus. The only return was the punt return he had, which was pretty decent, not bad. So maybe if you give the man the ball in open space, he's all right. But Zeus, absolutely nothing, did nothing. But none of the running backs really did until the second half. I think Dylan Labe and Collier, started to find a little bit of a rhythm with different offensive linemen. I thought Laki Tassi at right guard looked very, very, very strong, very physical. I think he whiffed on a couple plays, not knowing his assignment, it looked like to me. But when he was on, Laki Tassi could be nasty, bro. This man is, he's moving people. He's moving people. Double teams, it don't matter. Guy in each hand, don't matter. That man is a monster. And if he gets it all together, bro, this team is going to be nasty with Laki Tassi on that offensive line. And there's already people calling him, calling for him to start on the right side at right guard. Other notes on the offensive line. Like I said, I thought Hufford played very, very well in there a little bit. Will Putnam, not bad. Again, I thought Dalton Wagner, man, the Arkansas boy, my hog, was out there balling. Cam Miller, touchdown. I do believe Dalton Wagner was in there protecting the blind side. Um, the pass, that he rolled out and threw. Dalton Wagner protecting. So I think on the run too, so Dalton Wagner was out there moving bodies on the run, standing guys up, good pad level, still, a little slow, but most of those big men are. So I thought Dalton Wagner looked pretty good. I would too, Candy, but yeah, and like Grim said, their second team offense came out and dog walked a lot of our first team defense. I thought our defensive line, we'll get to that in a little bit. My guy GeoMex says Raiders got their ass whooped in the first half almost 60% of the time of possession, favored the Seahawks, plus referees helped wipe away a ton of yards on runs down their throat. Absolutely. We always got to deal with the refs constantly. It's just how we do. Hit them likes. My guy Ray Love says, shout out to you. Real One OG, what's good? Yeah, brother Aiden looked like dog shit, respectfully. Yeah. I mean, he did have some damn good passes, though. There were some passes over the middle, right? I seen a couple, decent passes on the sideline. But if you're an offensive coordinator and you see him out there in practices, you know his strength and his weaknesses. Why are you asking him to throw the ball, 40, 50 yards down the field if you don't think he can do that, right? So you have to question that. But, yeah, it didn't look great. He underthrew the shit out of Thornton. Yeah. No arm into it. Palomau. Yes, Palomau with the interceptions. Shout out to Isaiah Palomau for, sparking the team after a lot of struggle. Damn, the dog is happy. Jamal Adams looked like a beast out there. Man, I like Jamal Adams at this linebacker spot. And I'm glad you said that because, the linebacker spot looked good at times. I thought Tommy Eichenberg played pretty well, in my opinion. He made some damn good tackles. He looked pretty decent out there. He made a couple plays. I seen Cody Lindenberg whiff on a bunch. I seen a couple players whiff on some plays, some tackles that they should have made. So today, the Las Vegas Raiders were indoors with no pads on. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Maybe they see something in this building that we're not seeing. But I would have everybody tackling, even the offense. Because honestly, on interceptions, right? If your offensive players don't know how to tackle, they could go to the house. On fumbles, if your offensive players don't know how to tackle, they could go to the house. So why aren't these guys being taught, man, how to tackle all around, right? I don't care if you're offense, defense, hell, even the quarterback. You don't have to tackle people, men one-on-one, but at least tackle pads like some of these, like we've been doing, all off season, not hitting nobody out there, being soft. Too many missed tackles, man. Too many missed tackles. Too many stupid penalties. The refs didn't help, but a lot of them were nonsense from us. Jonah Lalu, a guy I've been bragging about, saying, he's going to be that dude, had a very, very, two very, very bad penalties. Holding on the defense? Why are you holding? Why are you holding an offensive lineman, bro? Come on. What are you doing out there? So, stupid plays like that, dumb mistakes. Again, the whole team just did not look in sync, right? They didn't look like they were ready. And they don't look like these other teams that I'm sitting here watching right now, that I watched all day today, that I watched yesterday, that I watched Thursday, they don't look as prepared to me. They don't look as prepared. Again, with the tackling, the penalties, the blocking assignments, the gap, bro. Oh my God. No, not the gap you're thinking about. Gap coverage, bro. Like, know your assignment. So many missed tackles at the run game. The other Boise State running back, right? Drafted last year, not this year. It's draft, one that just passed, but the year before. Some people are calling the best Boise State running back to ever live, right? Hamani had 8.7 yards per carry. 8.7 yards per carry on the ground. This was supposed to step up. This was supposed to be a strong suit. Guys like Landon Roberts, guys like Jermaine Pratt, guys like Devin White were supposed to be the reason our run game got stronger. If it doesn't look better in this practice, this next practice coming up against the 49ers, because, you know, it's a practice, you're going to go out there, you're not going to have a practice for the hell of it, right? You're going to run some plays that you would normally run and be like, you know, whatever it is, if they see it, they see it. Like Pete Carroll said, we don't care what they see, right? We're going to go out there and cram it down people's face. We don't care what they see. We're not worried about what they know. I didn't see that. I didn't see that one bit. I didn't see that one bit Thursday at all. Jamal Adams out there was nasty, bro. Shout out to Pete for moving this guy to linebacker. But with that being said, somebody let me know in the comments. I know there's not many people in here, but shout out to the 6 that are. I appreciate y'all holding it down for your guy. Again, sorry I wasn't on the last 2 days. Internet's jacking up. Maybe this one's skipping too. I don't know. That's why nobody's in here. But let me know, which linebackers do you feel could be walking the plank, right? Do we keep 7 linebackers? Last year we kept 7. If we keep 7, that leaves guys like Amari Gaynor, Cody Lindenberg, Jalen Smith, Michael Barrett, a lot of these linebackers. Devin White not making this team, right? So let me know. Devin White had, you know, some bad missed tackles, some arm tackles where he got, you know, just absolutely ran through, kind of like he did in practice by Ashton Genty. That could be a problem. It could be a problem. So let me know how y'all feel about it. Yeah, bro, whole lot of missed tackles, he says. A. O'Connell, 205 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Yeah, it's not the greatest. He was 18 for 30, I do believe. Not the greatest. A horrible QBR. Horrible QBR. But let's not forget, like I said, we're talking about Cam Miller coming in the 4th quarter, playing against the 3rd and the 4th string. 3rd and 4th team, however you want to call it, right? And let's not forget, Aiden O'Connell, his first rookie game, I believe, went 15 for 18 with 150 yards, a touchdown, 0 interceptions, and led them to 2 touchdown scores that they, you know, handed off, but should have got credit for. So it's preseason, man, and that was with the ones against the 49ers. So it's, you know, it's preseason. It's preseason. There's a lot to take away. There's a lot to evaluate. That's the whole point of preseason, right? You want to see where these guys' strengths are, where their weaknesses are. And again, Pete Carroll has said over and over again, I'm going to push these guys to the brink. I want to see, you know, what it takes to make them fold. Can I just keep putting pressure on them? Well, he found out from Aiden O'Connell that if you put him in there with mixed offensive line and mixed receivers, he's going to struggle. He's going to panic. Some of those throws look like, you know, oh shit, deer in the headlights. Kind of like Gardner Minshew style, who I think just threw an interception in Kansas City a minute ago. We made y'all run game look sorry. Yeah, I mean, your depth for the 1s and 2s looked a little bit better than ours. But from second, third, and fourth string, I think our depth looked a lot better than yours. So I will say that. Say we keep 6 linebackers this year. If we keep 6, there's going to be a lot of guys down the road. Going to be a lot of guys. And we'll have to break down the roster when I get back because, again, I will be gone Sunday through Thursday. And all I will have is my phone. I'm not packing a lot. ESPN app. Nice, nice. Finally home. Got to get my nails done. Nails done? You don't need no damn nails done. But yeah, next biggest takeaway was the rotation of the defensive tackles next to Butler, right? Some guys, I mean, Jonah Lalu looked okay, except for the penalties, right? Not much pressure. Tyree Wilson had some good plays, had some had some But there was a couple run plays where they ran to Tyree Wilson. The first play, you know, he seen it coming. He got off. He made a tackle in the backfield, tackle for a loss on the run. The next play, a couple times later, they tried to do the same move. He read it, knew it was the same one that he got off the last time. And, you know, he got off the block a lot quicker, got to the tackle a lot quicker, and another tackle for a loss. So, you know, Tyree Wilson showing a little bit. There were flashes from some guys, and I know there's so many people panicking. Ashton Genty ran the ball 3 times for -1 yard. It was 3 carries, man, 3 carries. Again, the one carry, the spin move was nasty. That dude looked like he had Ashton Genty dead to rights. He was in the backfield before before Geno could hand the ball off or even look to hand the ball off. The dude was already right in Ashton Genty's face. So he got the ball, was a damn good spin move. And you're gonna see a lot of things from that dude that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. So people on the ledge already is just wild. Now, again, it doesn't look that great, but Pete Carroll's next press conference, the first thing he said was, we're going to be basic out there. We're going to be basic. We're not going to show a lot of things, which I don't understand. I do not understand because you can't show it in practice. If you're not hitting guys out there in pads, we're 1 fucking week away from football. Excuse my language, YouTube, but we're 1 week away from football. And you guys are out there practicing without pads 2 days after a game? I mean, yeah, I know it's Saturday, but come on, man. 2 days after a game, practicing no pads when we couldn't tackle anybody, when there was no aggressiveness on the defense or offensive line. There was nobody pushing guys back, right? Everybody was getting shoved into the quarterback. Shoved into the quarterback, shoved into the running back. You can't continue to do that shit. The rook Tonka Hemingway looked pretty solid. Yeah, Tonka Hemingway made some damn good plays. JJ Pegues, like I said, my guy Trevin May had a sack in the 4th quarter. Damn good play, right? Fought through the double team, got skinny, got through the line. That dude has quickness. He has quickness to play on the inside. He played defensive end in college also. So I talked to him about, you know, a couple times, and I predict that dude makes this roster, whether it's the, you know, practice squad or the 50. I don't know about, you know, I don't know about the 53-man roster, but Trevin May, bro, that dude is strong. He's powerful and he's quick. He's a lot bigger than some of these other dudes. We need to start looking for defensive linemen as other teams start releasing players. Clowney should be considered. Absolutely, bro. 1,000%. I'm totally with that. I was just telling my son when we were watching the game earlier that they were showing a list of all the free agents, which I should post that. On the next slide, maybe when I get back. But they were showing a list of all the free agents available, and I was like, we should sign him. We should sign him. It was Javon Clowney. It was Rasul Douglas. It was Justin Simmons. I will take all 3 of those dudes right now. And we'll get to the backfield here in a little bit. Probably here in a minute. I'm not going to be on too long. Just want to come on, pop off. Shout out to everybody that rocks with me, that's ever hit the like button, that's ever, you know, popped into this video, stayed. Anybody that's subscribed, anybody that has bought membership, paid for a membership, that still has a membership, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you. We reached 1,500, 1.5K. Yes, 2 days ago. I think during the Seattle game. So shout out to all y'all that fuck with your boy. I appreciate it. Rebel, let me know whose stats you want to know for the preseason game. What you looking at? I got NFL Plus. I got all that shit. I got next gen stats. I got PFF. But I appreciate you. If you want to be the stat guy, are you a mod, Grim? Yeah, let me know. Let me know. What was Cam Miller's stats? What was Cam Miller's stats? The kid looked good, man. I'm not going to lie. I spoke about it 2 days ago, right? I said that interview was very impressive. He seems like he's very, very intelligent. And like he said, if he gets on a roll, you know, he feels like nobody can stop him. He's lights out. And it showed, bro. It showed to me, right? He's got that dog in him. Raider fan for life. What's good, man? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Let me know what you thought of the Raiders game. Sorry I can't stay. I'm at work. Want to stop in and show love. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. But defensive tackle, you know, there's some young guys that I think need to be in the rotation. I want to see a lot of these guys get a lot more burn, a lot more grass time in the next preseason game, right? In the next preseason practice against the 49ers. I want to see some of these guys that, you know, run with the ones, right? Put Tonka Hemingway, put Tank Booker, a guy who I thought was really, really impressive for not getting time with the Raiders was Thomas Booker, right? I don't know what his stats were. Grim, if you could find Thomas Booker's stats. He wasn't out there too much. Cam Miller. I don't think Colton was out there, was he? Maybe a snap or two. Shout out to my guy, Raider fan for life, for keeping the lights on. They would not be on without you, I can tell you that. I was upset that they did not win, of course, but I'm looking, but I am working, but I wanted to say hi. Have a good stream. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you always showing the love. Hunter Ellis, what's good? What's good? So yeah, man, I'm not on the ledge. I think there's some things I have questions about. And if y'all want to know, I mean, I'll tell you. I'm really questioning, you know, a little bit, the age of Pete Carroll, right? When you're out there in practice today, jumping in a flipping pile, when they're trying to run tush-push drills on defense, what are you doing? What are you doing? I know the energy's high, bro, but what are you doing? Also, you know, his values, his thoughts, his blueprint. Is that blueprint up to date? Is that blueprint? We'll talk about this before I go, but I have some questions, man. I have some questions, and I know it's just a preseason game, and it doesn't have nothing to do with that. It's just some things I've been seeing through practice, guys moving around, the guys we've let go, trades we've made. And I know, I believe the Thomas Booker trade, it is Thomas Booker, right? The hell's his name? From that game alone, from his interview, talking, you know, I think it was a good move. The defense, tackling angles, outside run fits, gap containment, right? Gap containment. Know your gap. Know where you cannot get beat, right? Control your 111. I think that was, yes, one tackle. one tackle's not bad, but there was a couple plays that looked like, he was moving bodies, and he's just going to get better with time with Robbie Leonard, a damn good defensive line coach. And like he said, right, he was behind a bunch of really, really good defensive linemen. And hopefully that was the case. Like I said, hopefully for Thomas Booker, that's why he wasn't on the field, because those guys in front of him were just really, really good. But I hope the guys we have that are young aren't really, really good and keep him off the field. So we'll find out. But it looks like, he's a solid vet. He knows what he's doing out there. And I think he's got a chip on his shoulder, right? He knows that, like, there's a lot of young guys in the building, and this is an opportunity for him to be one of the guys out there, one of them ones running with the ones. So hopefully he takes that next leap, because, man, we need it. We need it bad. But tackling angles, bro, absolutely horrible. I seen Cody Lindenberg, which I really, really, really think is going to be the Mike linebacker of this team. Our thought. Thought. I don't know about now. Rick Whitson was good, my guy. I really thought had a lot more potential than what I seen out there. His angles on tackles were just bad. I seen the man get both of his legs. I thought he was going to tear both of his knees at the same time. It looked like, I don't know, bro. He looked like he got crossed over in basketball. It was ugly. Cody Lindenberg, you gotta practice your angles, bro. I know you're a dog out there in college, but these guys are faster. They're way stronger. They will spin on you. They will jump over you, and you got to be ready at every moment. Every moment. So some bad plays. Bad plays. Tonka was very disruptive. He had a good showing. Yeah, he did. He got in the backfield a lot. You got to finish, though. You got to finish, and I know he's young, but that's progress, right? It's a lot of upside. If you're getting through the double team and you're getting in the backfield to make plays, man, that's huge upside. I like Tonka Hemingway, and again, like I said, I want to see him run with the ones, right? Put him out there next to Maxx Crosby, and let's see what the kid has, right? Put some of these guys out there, see what they have, and I know with us getting Thomas Booker, that it's going to be hard, right? Because they're going to try to put that dude in a lot of reps. And that's the one reason I hated the trade. Well, besides losing Ja'Cory and Bennett, but that's one main reason I hated the trade. And I know people are going to say our defensive line is not very good and we need all the help we can get. But how do we know if we keep putting guys above these young guys before they develop, right? Tonka Hemingway could get better every single play, and by the time the season starts, could be one of them ones. Like, it looked like he was, he's strong enough. He believes he's, he fits, that he can play in this league, and that's all part of it, right? It didn't look like it was hard for him. He was getting in the backfield. He had a good run stop. He had another one that, he totally disrupted the run, made the runner cut, and probably should have had that play too. I don't know why he spun around, had his back to him sometimes, but huge upside from a lot of these guys. So, again, we could flip out and say we looked horrible, we did this, we did that. But honestly, we got to see strengths, we got to see weaknesses, we got to see where people need work. And that's the whole point of the preseason. Where do these guys need work? Where do they need develop most, right? Is it mentally? Is it physically? Is it in the playbook? Is it understanding the playbook? Is it understanding the speed of the game? Right? Is it understanding, tackling angles that we talked about? Outside run fits. Golly, outside run fits. If you're on the edge, the last thing you're supposed to do is let a flipping running back get past you on the outside, bro. What are you doing? If you're called the blitz and it's a handoff, you get off that blitz, right? You get off that lineman. You're still not trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to get to the running back. And the faster you can get off that damn block and get to the backfield, you're gonna diminish a lot of these big ass run plays that we just got cooked with over and over and over again. So, man, you gotta understand angles. You gotta understand gap schemes, gap coverage. You gotta understand this shit. And if you don't, then just gonna continue to get passed over the middle, ran over, and ran over. It was bad. It was bad. In the first half, it was horrible. No matter who they put out there, it looked like they struggled. The one positive I did have was the defensive backs. They did miss some plays. I think a lot of Seattle's yards were from out routes, were from slant routes, short routes, but deep routes, big plays, right? Plays over 10 yards, over 20 yards. They held up pretty good. They covered their ground. They made some plays. And I was impressed. I was pretty impressed. I liked the rotation. It didn't look like it really, really missed too much of a beat from what I've seen. And again, my internet was whacked, so there was a lot of lagging. I did go back and watch some of the All 22 today. I need to go back and watch more, mainly of the rookie Darian Porter that I want to see. But I've seen a lot of positive signs from the defensive backfield. Signs from the young linebackers. Some of them look pretty good. Some of them still need work. So there was a lot of decent things to take away from, again, the fact that we didn't lose, right? We were getting dog walked in the beginning. Held our composure. We competed, right? The motto of this team is just compete, just compete, just compete. It's all over the building, they say. That's constantly what you have. I made a damn t-shirt. Just compete. So, that's the motto. And I think they did just that, right? They competed through the whole game. First quarter was rough. But once guys, got a little bit more comfortable, the second quarter looked a little better, third quarter, and then the fourth quarter, when Cam Miller came in, it looked like guys were blocking, guys were running the ball. They were moving the defensive line back. Now, is that a credit to a lot of it being, some of our first and second strings still out there? More than likely. But other than that, it wasn't bad. Genty, 1 -3 yard attempt. Bachman was a bright spot. He looked like a bigger Renfro. Yeah, man, until the injury, right? I guess he's had an ankle problem. He said he'll be fine. He just needs to wrap it up more. But Alex Bachman, yeah, a guy that, I slept on. I didn't think would make this roster. I'm not going to lie. I really had him not making the roster. Looks like he could very well possibly be making the roster. Number 9, Tyree, I see no improvements. I'm not optimistic. I've seen a little bit of improvement, man. I seen him get, like I said, he had some tackles for loss. There were some plays where he didn't look the greatest. But, yeah, it doesn't look like he's all there every single play. One positive that I observed is when Geno rolled out while pressure was coming his way, he evaded the pressure with ease. Yeah, right? I did see that also. We finally have a mobile quarterback. I don't know about mobile. Crafty. Let's say crafty. No, he's mobile. Toasty, what's good? Hey, now it's clear. AOC is far from that guy. Now that we're looking, he could be second string. We are confident Geno is light years better than second string Aiden O'Connell. All right. It's sent twice on X. What? I see you, my guy Toasty. I see you. And, if you think the verdict's out because one bad game, that's fine. But I promise you money. I'll put money on it. Put Geno Smith in there with the same guys Aiden O'Connell was running and see what it looks like. Because, Geno didn't look lights out. He did look like he could evade pressure. He did look like he could throw on the run. But we didn't put no points on the board on the first drive, right? And then Cam Miller comes out, puts points on the board, no problem. So, I don't know, man. We just got to find the right pieces to be in at the right time. But you're never going to see Geno running with the twos or the threes. So, it's all observation, man. Cam Miller looked absolutely great. For running against the third and fourth string, though, we have to recognize that too. You're running against the third and fourth string. It's gonna be different. It's gonna be different. Yes, I would like to see him play in the first half next week against some of these 49ers. I would like to see him play a lot of the practice game against the 49ers and Aiden O'Connell against their ones to see, what we got. But we're not gonna get to, because you got to see what Geno has. So, it's hard to evaluate. The passes were not great. The interceptions were nasty. But he still made some damn good plays, some damn good throws. Let us down for a touchdown. Damn good pass to Dylan Labe where only he could get it. So, I mean, it's not all bad, bro. It's not all bad. Geno made every pass. The wide receiver dropped all his passes. Oh, okay. AOC needs to be released. Or traded whatever we can get. Move Cam Miller up. I wouldn't be mad at it one bit. I would not be mad at it. I think Cam Miller showed in one game against the twos and threes, that the Las Vegas Raiders are going to retire his jersey at the beginning before next game. They're going to put him in the Hall of Fame. And he's going to have a gold jacket, just because of that one game. So, I mean, I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Let him move up. Yes, let him get reps. I definitely agree. Let him get reps with the twos. Let them all get reps with the ones and threes. But they should have been doing this since the beginning. This should not be a topic. They should have been running Aiden O'Connell and Cam Miller with the ones, running Geno with the twos, running Geno with the threes. If I'm a coach, that's how I want to do it, because you got to give them time with the receivers, right? What if somebody gets hurt and then somebody else is sick? Or, what if something happens and something else happens and you got to put in, you got to bring in guys off the practice squad that have no work with any of your guys. So, I mean, there's so many scenarios in the NFL that if you're not mixing these guys around, and I don't like the way practice has been going. All we've heard is Geno running with the ones, right? Geno running with the ones against the twos. Geno running with the ones against the twos. Aiden running with the twos against the ones. Like, you would think he'd be, a little bit sharper running with the ones than he was in that game. But it is what it is. But yeah, I didn't see nothing special. I know every one of Aiden's passes was horrible, and the receivers didn't drop any of them, right? They caught everything he threw his way. That's why he was 18 for 30. So, but next topics, Jamal Adams, man. Jamal Adams' versatility is absolutely nasty. You could play him at safety, like I said before when we brought him in, when we signed him, and everybody said, "Why are we bringing in Jamal Adams?" And I was like, "What do you mean, bro? Because he knows Pete Carroll's system. Jamal Adams is a dog. He's a thumper. He's a veteran, right? He's still that guy and has been that guy for a long time. So bringing Jamal Adams in was a huge chess move by Pete Carroll. And then to tell him, you're playing linebacker, like it or not, like you're not playing safety, we're putting you at outside linebacker. Says that some of these guys don't step it up in the next couple of days in camp. And the preseason games, you're not going to be on this team. That's his spot. He definitely showed that's his spot. He's going to be starting at that spot. Now, some people said that he's just going to come in at certain situations where he rushes the quarterback. But when you see him in coverage, when you see him rush the quarterback, when you see him stop the run like that, I just don't see how the Raiders do not put Jamal Adams as a starter right now, like tomorrow, running with the ones and slide somebody back. That's just me. That's my opinion. That's what I've seen from him. He was the most fastest, most physical player that I've seen out there. DeCamarion Richardson, I seen, make some damn good plays also. So I like Jamal Adams where he is. I thought it was a very damn good pickup for him to play safety, and be playing in the box sometime. But I think linebacker is a spot for him, man. He can get to the quarterback, like I said. He's fast enough where he can, contain the outside, which our edge which our edge defenders have not been able to do or could not do, at least against Seattle. He's fast enough to get outside, have containment, so these guys don't break off, 25, 35, 45, 85-yard runs. I like it. I like the pickup, and I think this dude is going to be playing a lot more. Gino was one. Gino was only 1 for 4. What do you mean only? Only. I would have took my quarterback out too if I put him in and he completed 1 out of his first 4 passes. Fucking, this is fucking, fucking throat hurts. Rebel, what no one is talking about was after the game, Coach Pete and Gino did a post-conference press conference, and they confident high energy talk was not there. Pete looked concerned as hell, and rightfully so. Yeah, I mean, he should have. He should look concerned. He should look concerned. And I'm concerned, I'm concerned myself, right? As a fan, you got to be concerned. Has this game passed Pete Carroll up? Is his coaching style obsolete? Is loving on these guys, being buddy with the guys, tickling people, kissing them on foreheads? Is that what we're trying to do here? Or should it be a Mike Vrabel who's out there getting cut in the face, breaking up fights, starting shit? That's what we need. That's the Raider mentality. So, yeah. Until they prove me wrong, I'm gonna question the shit out of it. Did we make the right coaching move? Did we make the right move by not bringing in Shador Sanders, who looks pretty damn good? Pretty damn good. Did we fuck up big time by not moving back up into the first round when you could have took Jackson Flippin' Dart, who came out and just murdered it today? Just murdered it today. Who I said should have been the first overall pick. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Should we have done this? Should we have done that? Yes. I would have definitely took Jackson Dart. Even with Geno Smith in the building, I would have took Jackson Dart at 6. I said this, I said it, and I said it. And I know it's one preseason game, and he might prove me wrong. He probably will. But I would have took Jackson Dart at 6. I would have moved up and took Shador. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. How could you not? It was ignorant, bro. We all know the kid could ball. We know he's not fast. We know if you can give him time in the pocket, he's going to beat you. He played pretty damn good today in Cleveland. He shut a lot of critics up. He's grown tremendously in the last couple months. Being drafted in the 5th round has turned him from a boy to a man. And I'm going to say it. Shador has took a big leap. His father's still working on it. I'm just kidding. Deion Sanders. All humble, all quiet when his son was 4th string. As soon as he scores a touchdown, bro, he's all over social media again. I told y'all. Man, this shit talking is crazy, bro. But shout out Shador Sanders, played his ass off. Shout out to Jackson Dart, played his ass off. Will Howard, not looking too bad out there either. Jahade Barron, go over there and check that game out. There's a lot of guys. That are looking good that I said, I would have put on this team. I definitely would have hopped back into the first round to get a Jackson Dart, no matter what it cost, right? With Geno, without Geno. Can Cam Miller have a better career than Jackson Dart, endorsed by Tom Brady? We shall see. Is Ashton Genty worth the 6th overall pick? We shall see. Is Pete Carroll and his coaching style maybe a little behind the times? We shall see. What else we got? Pete literally said he was only giving Geno 1 series To prevent injury. Most teams didn't even play their starters, no reason, so they ended up like all these starters getting hurt for no reason. Man, I don't want to hear that shit, bro. It's the preseason. You get teams reps. Nobody is above the NFL. There is nobody too good that they shouldn't be in there after they haven't played any football at all, except for one on one and wearing shorts and a damn helmet. That they shouldn't get reps, bro. I don't care who you are. You need those reps. Whether you're Tom Brady, whether you're Deion Sanders, Barry Sanders, Jerry Rice, bro, it doesn't matter. You get reps in the preseason. You have to. You have to get warmed up. You have to get, back to contact. It's, some of these guys, it's 5-6 months before, since they've been hit, like 4 months, whatever it is. It's a long time, way too long. So you got to get your arms back in. You got to get your throwing back in, your legs back in, your vision back. Like, I don't mind these dudes playing. And it's only 3 games, bro. Back in the day, they used to play 20 games of football. They played 5 preseason games and 16 regular season games, or 14, 15 regular season games, right? They played football. Nowadays, you're like, oh, we played 3 games and you get 4 snaps. What the fuck does 4 snaps do in the NFL? What does 4 snaps do for anybody? What's that going to do? I think you have a way bigger chance of coming in and playing only 4 plays, getting hurt, than you do actually coming in and playing live football, actually taking it serious. Because if you're coming in like 4 carries, you're like, come on, why even try? Why are you even putting me in pads? Why go out there? To me, it's nonsense to put a guy out there for 3 or 4 plays. It just doesn't make sense, bro. Don't even put him out there. But I think everybody should get snaps. I'm happy with Ashton Genty, Shador, Tim Tebow type. I bet his jersey sales are up. Oh, I know his sales are up. And I'm not saying, Shador is the next coming, but I'm just leaving that question out there. Did the Raiders make a mistake by drafting guys like Caleb Rogers, by drafting guys like, Charles Grant, by drafting guys like Darian Porter, by drafting guys like fuck even Cam Miller when you could have had Shador, right? Tonka Hemingway, JJ Pegues, all these guys I do believe went before Shador. Like, and he does take sacks. We all know my feeling about Shador. I'm not saying I changed my mind on Shador. He's gonna be the greatest player ever. I'm just saying, for all the fucking shit that they've done to him, giving him no reps, he's been throwing the ball boys. He's been throwing the team management. The dude hasn't even been throwing the receivers. They've been doing Shador dirty as hell, trying to stop this kid from having any kind of success. And he just came out and balled the hell out. So, I think his character flip-flopped. I think he's matured a lot and he's grown a lot. And the sky's the limit for this kid. And there's probably a battle over there in Cleveland. There will be, if not. Shador being good, it was all the haters. Shador's the most accurate in college history. That shit doesn't happen by accident. Toasty topics. It does happen when a lot of your plays are 5-yard outs, 10-yard slants. When you have a guy like Travis Hunter, you can just throw the ball in the air. He's going to go get it. That helps. That helps. If you look at all the greatest quarterbacks in history, they've all had some of the top greatest receivers in history, right? It's a package deal, bro. It's a team sport. I keep saying that. When I see his face, it was like, oh shit. Yeah, Pete Carroll, man, it didn't look like that energy that he was out there posting or was trying to put up. Same, I was tripping. He looked tired and pissed, happy, energy all during game. I mean, that's it. For 74 years old to be out there for 3 hours, 3.5 hours, or even more during overtimes, to fly across the country, I think we're asking a lot from Pete Carroll, man. I really, really think we're asking a lot from this guy. And again, seeing how his energy looked like it kind of depleted throughout the game. We fly to a lot more places than Seattle. And I'm not trying to worry anybody and I'm not trying to panic anybody. just food for thought. Did we make the right move? Did we make the right draft moves? Is everybody panicking for no reason? Or are there reasons to be concerned? Shout out to everybody in the building. I got to get off. I got to make dinner. My food is growling. My stomach is growling. All I can think about is food. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. I'll hit you up. I'll make some shorts when I take off, when I land in Vegas. Wish I see some damn players there or something. But yeah, appreciate everybody for rocking with me. That's my takes. Don't panic. I think we're just fine. But if we don't improve by the next 2 weeks, 5-12, not 12-5. Yes, I said it. And I don't know if Aiden O'Connell makes it to the next preseason game. He had another tip ball and an interception today. I was gonna break down plays. I was gonna throw a lot of shit out, but I gotta eat, man. I'm starving. Love y'all for rocking with your guy. Support your team. Support your health. Support your mental health. Support yourself. As always, if you need somebody to talk to, the hotline is always out there. It's on the community page because we're family, right? Raiders!